Good day, everyone. I am Azia Leslie P. Agas from BSET Mathematics 3B. So today I will be presenting my geometric model which I constructed. This geometric model is named the J-union algebra. This model or the design of this model is inspired by the flag of the United Kingdom, also known as the Union Jack. So this is the front face and then the back face. Okay, so to give you a brief background about why I chose Union Jack as my inspiration for my geometric model. So while I was browsing the internet, as I came across several flag designs where the UK flag was featured in the background or as a part of other national flags. So this made me curious, so I did some research. I found out that many countries, especially those that were colonized by the British Empire, included this Union Jack in their flags to show their historical connection to the United Kingdom. So the Union Jack itself is made by combining the three older flags from England, Scotland, and Ireland. St. George Cross from England, wherein at the heart of the Union Jack lies the bold red cross of St. George. It represents the England. Legend attributes St. George with the courage to confront a dragon, a tale that has become a timeless symbol of bravery and unyielding spirit of English heritage. Next, we have the St. Andrew's Cross from Scotland. This is the white diagonal cross intersects the flag. It symbolizes Scotland. This cross is a tribute to St. Andrew, who, according to legend, was crucified on X-shaped cross. The white saltire embodies themes of devotion and sacrifice deeply embedded in Scottish history. And lastly, we have the St. Patrick's Cross here, the red diagonal cross, Ireland's patron saint. St. Patrick's Cross holds spiritual significance as he is believed to have used the three-leaved shamrock to explain the concept of Holy Trinity. So this red saltire represents Ireland and its rich cultural heritage. So these were joined together to symbolize the union of three nations under one kingdom. Now you may ask, what does this have to do with the Philippines? And I am from the Philippines. Although the Philippines was not colonized by Britain, we were under the rule of other foreign powers like Spain, the United States, and Japan. Just like the countries influenced by Britain, our flag reflects our history, struggles, and identity as a nation. By studying the UK flag and using it as a base of my geometric model, I was reminded of how powerful symbols in flags can be. They represent unity, heritage, and transformation. Something we Filipinos can relate to. That's why I created J-Union, Geo from geometric model, and Union from the Union Jack. I use this structure as my base and made changes to express my own style and interpretation while still keeping the symmetrical and geometrical patterns that caught my attention. So now let's go back to the G-union algebra. Again, this is the front and this is the back. My geometric model has 16 symbols, 8 in the front and 8 at the back. In front, I have a symbol which is letters, small letter E, big letter C, H, O, S, E, N, and small letter G. On the other hand, I have 1, numeric symbol 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So E maps to 1, C maps to 2, H maps to 3, O maps to 4, S maps to 5, E maps to 6, N maps to 7, G maps to 8. Now let me present to you the moves that correspond to each symbol. So first, we have do nothing. E represents do nothing. C represents the move rotate 45 degrees clockwise. H represents the moves rotate 90 degrees clockwise. The O represents rotate 135 degrees clockwise. S rotate 180 degrees clockwise. E rotate 225 degrees clockwise. N represents rotate 270 degrees clockwise. At last, for the front face, we have G rotate 315 degrees clockwise. Next is the reflection move. First, we have reflection over the vertical axis V, which represent number 1. Next, we have reflection over left diagonal 1, or LD1 represents number 2. So, since C maps to 2, we can say that reflection over left diagonal 1 represents 2. Next, we have reflection over left diagonal 2, or LD2, represents 3. Since H maps to 3, we have the reflection over left diagonal 2, LD2, is 3. Next, we have reflection over left diagonal 3 represent 4. Since O maps to 4, then reflection over left diagonal 3, or LD3, is 4. Since S maps to 5, then the reflection over the horizontal axis H is 5. Next, we have the reflection over right diagonal 3, or RD3. Since E maps to 6, then reflection over right diagonal 3, or RD3, represents 6. Next, reflection over right diagonal 2, or RD2. Since N maps to 7, then reflection over right diagonal 2, or RD2, is 7. At last, we have RD1, or the reflection over right diagonal 1. Since G maps to 8, then reflection over right diagonal 1, RD1, is 8. So these are the moves of my geometric model. So E, we have do nothing, rotate 45 degrees clockwise for G, rotate 90 degrees clockwise for N, rotate 135 degrees clockwise for E, rotate 180 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise for S, rotate 225 degrees clockwise for O, rotate 270 degrees clockwise for H, rotate 315 degrees clockwise for C. Next, we have the reflections. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So for the first one, we have reflection about the vertical axis V. Number 2, reflection about the left diagonal 1 or LD1. Number 3, reflection about the left diagonal 2 or LD2. Number 4, reflection about the left diagonal 3 or LD3. Number 5, we have reflection about horizontal axis H. Number 6, we have reflection about right diagonal 3 and reflection about right diagonal 2. Number 7, reflection about right diagonal 1, number 8. So we have a total of 16 symmetries or 16 elements. Now, let me present to you the moves that corresponds to each symbol. E for do nothing, C for rotate 45 degrees, H for rotate 90 degrees, O for rotate 135 degrees, S for rotate 180 degrees, E for rotate 225 degrees, N for rotate 270 degrees, G for rotate 315 degrees, and 1 for rotation about vertical axis V, left diagonal 1, left diagonal 2, left diagonal 3, left horizontal axis, right diagonal 3, right diagonal 2, and right diagonal 1. So let's make a table under the binary operation star using the symbols from my geometric model. So first we have E star E is E, E star C is C, E star H is H, E star O is O, E star S is S, E star E is big letter E, and E star N is big letter N, E star G is equal to G. Next, we have E operates to 1, which is the rotation about or reflection about vertical axis V. So E star 1 is 1. E star 2 or the left diagonal. So since C maps to 2, it will become 2. E star 3 or the left diagonal 2 is H. Since H maps to 3, then E star 3 is 3. Next, we have E star 4. Since O maps to 4, then E star 4 is equal to 4. E star 5, which is the horizontal axis. Since S maps to 5, then E star 5 is 5. Next, we have E star 6, which is 6 is rotation reflection about right diagonal 3. So, since E maps to 6, then E star 6 is equal to 6. Next, we have E star 7. Since N maps to 7, then E star 7 is 7. Next, we have E star 8. Since G maps to 8, then E star A is 8. Now let's go to the first column. We have C star E is C. Next we have H star E is H. O star E we have O. S star E is S. Next we have E star E is big letter E. N star E is N. G star E is G. Next we have 1 star E is 1. 2 star E is 2. 3 star E is 3. 4 star E is 4. 5 star E is 5. 6 star E is 6. 7 star E is 7. 8 star E is 8. So now let's go on to the second row. C star C So now let's go on to our second row. So C star C is H and C star H is O. C star O is S. C star S is E. C star E is N. C star N is G. C star G is E. C star 1 is C. Since C maps to 2, then C star 1 is 2. C star 2, H, since H maps to 3, then C star 2 is 3. Next we have C star 3 is O, since O maps to 4, then C star 3 is 4. Next, we have C star 4. So since S maps to 5, then C star 4 is 5. Next, we have C star 5. Since E maps to 6, then C star 5 is 6. Next, C star 6. Since N maps to 7, then C star 6 is 7. Next, we have C star 7. Since G maps to 8, then C star 7 is 8. Next, we have C star 8. Since E maps to 1, then C star 8 is 1. Next is the third row. So H star C is O. H star H is S. H star O is E. H star S is N. H star E is small letter G. H star N is small letter E. H star G is C. Next, we have H star 1. Since H maps to 3, then H star 1 is 3. H star 2. Since O maps to 4, then H star 2 is 4. H star 3. Since S maps to 5, then H star 3 is 5. H star 4. Since E maps to 6, then H star 4 is 6. H star 5. Since N maps to 7, then H star 5 is 7. H star 6. Since G maps to 8, then H star 6 is 8. H star 7. Since small letter E maps to 1, then H star 7 is 1. H star 8. Since C maps to 2, then H star 8 is 2. Now let's move on to the fourth row. O star C is S. O star H is E. O star O is N. O star S is G. O star E is E. O star N is C. O star G is H. Next we have O star 1 is 4. O star 2 is 5. O star 3 is 6. O star 4 is 7. O star 5 is 8. O star 6 is 1. O star 7 is 2. O star 8 is 3. Next, let's go on to our fifth row. So S star C is E, big letter E. S star H is N. S star O is small letter G. S star S is E. S star E is C. S star N is H. S star G is O. We have the reflection about the vertical axis V. S star 1 is 5. S star 2 is 6. S star 3 is 7. S star 4 is 8. S star 5 is 1. S star 6 is 2. S star 7 is 3. S star 8 is 4. Next, we have the sixth row. First, we have E star C is N. E star H is G. E star O is E. E star S is C. E star E is H. E star N is O. E star G is S. Next, we have the reflection about the vertical axis V. E star 1 is 6. E star 2 is 7. E star 3 is 8. E star 4 is 1. E star 5 is 2. E star 6 is 3. E star 7 is 4. E star 8 is 5. Next, we have the seventh row. N star C is G. N star H is E. N star O is C. N star S is H. N star E is O. N star N is S. N star G is E. N star 1 is 7. N star 2 is 8. N star 3 is 1. N star 4 is 2. N star 5 is 3. N star 6 is 4. N star 7 is 5. N star 8 is 6. Next we have the 8th row. G star C is small letter E. G star H is C. G star O is H. G star S is O. G star E is S. G star N is E. G star G is N. Next we have the reflections. G star 1 is 8. G star 2 is 1. G star 3 is 2. G star 4 is 3. G star 5 is 4. G star 6 is 5. G star 7 is 6. G star 8 is 7. Now let's move on to our ninth row. 1 star C is 8. 8. 1 star H is 7. 1 star O is 6. 1 star S is 5. 1 star E is 4. 1 star N is 3. 1 star G is 2. 1 star 1 for the reflections is E. 1 star 2 G. 1 star 3 is N. 1 star 4 is E. 1 star 5 is S. 1 star 6 is O. 1 star 7 is H. 1 star 8 is C. Next we have row number 10. 2 star C is 1. 2 star H is 8. 2 star O is 7. 2 star S is 6. 2 star E is 5. 2 star N is 4. 2 star G is 3. Next we have the reflections. 2 star 1 is C. 2 star 2 is small letter E. 2 star 3 is G. 2 star 4 is N. 2 star 5 is E. 2 star 6 is S. 2 star 7 is O. 2 star 8 is H. Next we have the 11th row. 3 star C is 2. 3 star H is 1. 3 star O is 8. 3 star S is 7. 3 star E is 6. 3 star N is 5. 3 star G is 4. Next we have the reflections. 3 star 1 is age. 3 star 2 is C. 3 star 3 is E. 3 star 4 is G. 3 star 5 is N. 3 star 6 is E. 3 star 7 is S. And lastly, 3 star 8 is O. Now let's move on to our 12th row. 4 star C is 3. 4 star H is 2. 4 star O is 1. 4 star S is 8. 4 star E is 7. 4 star N is 6. 4 star G is 5. 4 star 1 for our reflections we have O. 4 star 2 is age. 4 star 3 is C. 4 star 4 is E. 4 star 5 is G. 4 star 6 is N. 4 star 7 is E. 4 star 8 is S. Now let's move on to our 13th row. 5 star C is 4. 5 star H is 3. 5 star O is 2. 5 star S is 1. 5-star E is 8. 5-star N is 7. 5-star G is 6. Now for the reflections, we have 5-star 1 is S. 5-star 2 is O. 5-star 3 is H. 5-star 4 is C. 5-star 5 is small letter E. 5-star 6 is G. 5-star 7 is M. 5-star 8 is E. Next we have the row 14. Let's start with 6-star C. 6-star C is 5. 6-star H is 4. 6-star O is 3. 6-star S is 2. 6-star E is 1. 6-star N is 8. 6-star G is 7. Next, for the reflections, we have 6-star 1. 6-star 1 is equal to E. 6-star 2 is S. 6-star 3 is O. 6-star 4 is H. 6-star 5 is C. 6-star 6 is small letter E. 6-star 7 is G. 6-star 8 is N. Now let's move on to our row number 15. Let's start with 7-star C. 7-star C is 6. 7-star H is 5. 7-star O is 4. 7-star S is 3. 7-star E is 2. 7-star N is 1. 7-star G is 8. Now let's move on to reflections. 7 star 1 is N. 7 star 2 is E. 7 star 3 is S. 7 star 4 is O. 7 star 5 is H. 7 star 6 is C. 7 star 7 is E or small letter E. 7 star 8 is G. Now let's move on to our last row. 8 star C is 7. 8 star H is 6. 8 star O is 5. 8 star S is 4. 8 star E is 3. 8 star N is 2. 8 star G is 1. Now for the reflections, we have 8 star 1 is G. 8 star 2 is N. 8 star 3 is E. 8 star 4 is S. 8 star 5 is O. 8 star 6 is H. 8 star 7 is C. 8 star 8 is E. Now, this is the table of results, and I will name this table the chosen table G. Given the table from my geometric model G union, we will discover if that table, the chosen table, is a group. Is the chosen table a group structure? Let's see. For a table to be a group structure, first it should be closed, well-defined, associative, identity element exists, and inverse element exists for all. Closed, that means that for all elements A, B in the set, the result of the operation A star B is also in the set. Well-defined means that the operation should always give a clear, exact, and unique result. Associativity, on the other hand, means that you can group the elements anyway when combining them, and the result is still the same. Identity element exists, meaning that there is one special element that doesn't change others when used or operated. And lastly, inverse element exists for all. For every element A in the set, there exists an element inverse of A such that A star inverse of A is equal to inverse of A star A is equal to E, where E is the identity element. Firstly, let's check if the chosen table is closed. So the elements of G are E, C, H, O, S, big letter E, N, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since all combinations of group elements under the operation produced only one element within the group, it is closed, and all the results from two operated elements can be found inside the set G. Next is the chosen table well defined. Since every pair of elements in the group gives exactly one result, when combined, then the operation is well defined. Is the chosen table associative? To verify if the table is associative, let's flip the table 180 degrees to visually check for consistent structure or symmetry. If the structure of operations looks the same after flipping and interchanging rows and or columns, it can suggest associativity. So let's try. So this is the flipped table. Now let's compare this flipped table to the original table. This is the flipped table and the other one is the original table. And as we can observe from each element, some of the elements are identical to the original table, but not all. So the elements that are inside the green box, yellow box, and blue box are the elements that are not identical to the original table. So what we're going to do here is to flip the rows and flip the columns. Now let's interchange row 9 and row 15, row 10 and row 14, row 11 and row 13 for it to be identical to the original table. So, as we can observe, the interchanged rows and the flipped table is not yet identical to the whole table. So here, the elements of the interchange rows from flip table are not yet identical to the original table here inside the yellow box. So what are we going to do here is to interchange another rows for it to be identical to each other. Let's interchange row 2 to row 8, row 3 to row 7, row 4 to row 6. Now let's see. So the interchange rows or the flipped rows and interchange rows are now identical to the original table. So since the flipped and interchanged rows of the table remain identical to the original table, we can conclude that the table exhibits associative properties under the operation star. This means that the grouping of elements during row operations does not affect the outcome, confirming that the table structure supports associativity. Thus, an identity element exists in the chosen table. So to identify if the identity element exists in the table, each entry in the first row must match the corresponding row header element, and each entry in the first column must match the corresponding column header element. Since there is an element in the table whose row and column exactly match the corresponding headers, meaning it leaves every element unchanged when used in the operation, then an identity element exists in the table, and the identity element is E. Now let's check if an inverse element for all exists in the chosen table. So to get the inverse of every element, let's use the identity element E. Since E star E is equal to E, then the inverse of E is E. Since C star G is equal to E, then the inverse of C is G. Since H star N is equal to E, the inverse of H is N. O star E is equal to E, the inverse of O is E. S star S is equal to E, then the inverse of S is S. E star O is equal to E, then the inverse of E is O. N star H is equal to E, then the inverse of N is H. G star C is equal to E, then the inverse of G is C. 1 star 1 is equal to E, then the inverse of 1 is 1. 2 star 2 is equal to E, then the inverse of 2 is 2. 3 star 3 is equal to E, then the inverse of 3 is E. 4 star 4 is equal to E, then the inverse of 4 is 4. 5 star 5 is equal to E, then the inverse of 5 is 5. 6 star 6 is equal to E, then the inverse of 6 is 6. 7 star 7 is equal to E, then the inverse of 7 is 7. 8 star 8 is equal to E, then the inverse of 8 is 8. Now we have all the elements with its inverse, and it exists for all. In conclusion, the geometric model I have constructed successfully forms a group structure. It satisfies all the necessary conditions. First, the operation is closed and well-defined within the set. It is associative. There exists an identity element, and every element has an inverse. These properties confirm that the model adheres to a formal definition of a group.